This is a monument of immutability, built block by block, and these blocks are now towering into the sky, 420,000 of them, containing a cumulative amount of work that is absolutely gobsmacking. And it cannot be changed or forged without not only the other person knowing it has been changed, but without you actually expending the energy all over again. There is no shortcut. And that is the difference between tamper evident and tamper proof. You could disconnect from the blockchain today, not look at it for 3 years, come back 3 years later, I can present you a single number and say, do you believe this is an actual block from the blockchain? And you would be able to say with complete confidence, yes. The amount of work evidenced by this block could not have been produced any other way than if during the entire time I was gone, you were expending energy at the predicted rate, and you came up with this artifact. I only need to see the pinnacle to know that it's a real blockchain. Only the last block, one number, and I know how much work has gone into it cumulatively. Because it tends to have ever-increasing work. The longest difficulty chain wins. Bitcoin is not just simply a system of accounting. It is the first digital artifact that provides forever history, that provides true digital immutability. There is no other system that provides digital immutability at that level. It is a planetary scale, thermodynamically guaranteed, self-evident system of immutability. Planetary scale, because in order to do it, you need to marshal resources that only exist in a planetary scale effort. Thermodynamically guaranteed, because you can calculate the exact amount of energy it took to create it, and there is no shortcut. Information theory tells us that to flip that many bits takes this many joules, and there is no way to do it otherwise. Self-evident, because the number that is produced as proof of work tells you exactly how much work has been done cumulatively. And it really is a monument. Now, then the interesting question arises. Can we really afford this? Is this a waste of energy? There is no thing on the planet that produces a digital record that is self-evidently immutable at this scale. Nothing. It is the only platform on which you can embed data that will be guaranteed immutable within a few blocks. 1,000 blocks after you put data in, there's no going back. That data is not going to change. Okay, maybe if you put it in and it's only 3 blocks old, maybe it can change. 6 blocks old, 144, oh, this is getting tough. And that's a day. A week old, done. Done. It's part of permanent history. Our ancestors said, this is as good as written in stone. Our grandchildren will say, it is as good as written on the blockchain, because it is the new standard of immutability and it is globally accessible. Any application can leverage that capability. Other currencies, other chains, smart contracts, they can all checkpoint against the Bitcoin blockchain. And as long as we continue to build the monument, their little inscription, like a piece of graffiti etched into the base stones of the pyramids, will be there, potentially for centuries. And they can import immutability for the low, low price of a transaction fee. That, if you consider it immutability as a service, is an astonishing application. It has enormous implications for software. It has enormous implications for the Internet of Things, for information security, for other systems of currency, for systems of record, title, registration, birth records. History can be written on the blockchain for the low price of a transaction fee, and it may well be there for a very long time, but as long as it's there, it cannot be changed, and everyone can validate it. That is not a waste of electricity. That is the first practical application of digital immutability, and it is expensive, but it's expensive because it's giving us something on a planetary scale, and we only need one, really, and it's probably too expensive to build too. And that just means that the network effect is even more awesome because we already have one and it's doing quite well. That one can support all of the other applications. The other applications can do much more lightweight proof of stake. But if they really want immutability, not tamper evident, tamper proof, they need to subscribe to a service on the Bitcoin blockchain. They need to record their data on the Bitcoin blockchain. If you're a banking consortium and you are signing transactions in a distributed ledger technology by taking turns, what is the cost of fabricating the past? What is the cost of rewriting history? Of saying WikiLeaks never received any of your funds, any of your donations. We reversed all of those transactions. What is the cost of that? Thermodynamically, nothing. In on-chain money, doesn't matter. We created the on-chain money. We can create more of it. As long as there is no proof of work behind it, the cost of rewriting a ledger like that is zero. And if you can, you will. And if you can, you'll be coerced to. And if you can, when you get a subpoena, you must. And so these blockchains are not immutable. These blockchains are mutable as hell. They're fickle blockchains, to go to the other side of the scale. They're transient. They're meaningless. They have no weight of history behind them. They are whatever the last signer says they are. They have no weight. This year, we're at war with Oceania. Next year, we will always have been at war with East Asia. History is written by the victors, not on the Bitcoin blockchain. We don't do 1984 on the Bitcoin blockchain. History is written by the expenditure of real-world energy, and there is no cheap way to forge that history. Thank you.